Man, what y'all got going on YouTube? They said he killed his girlfriend and was living with the dead body? Oh, hell no.
The street inside of this apartment complex, and when they went in to arrest him, well, they made
Y'all getting
evidence
worse
of
and
his
worse by the
suffering.
day,
They
boy.
discovered a deceased female on the floor in an advanced stage of decomposition. He also told detectives that he
Oh,
was
he
in a
said
relationship with a female who was
decomposition.
pregnant, the female who was found inside of the apartment.
This is the story of Denise Middleton, aged 26, a 38 weeks
You left
pregnant
your
lady who was
girlfriend
fatally
rotting on the
shot 7
floor,
times by
bro?
her boyfriend, Tory Damian Moore, aged 31. Weeks later,
That's
Tory
an
shot
evil
someone
man.
else in a
That's
convenience
an
store,
evil ass
which made
man,
police
boy.
issue a search warrant for his apartment where they discovered Denise's decaying body that had been laying in the bedroom for over a month.
A
Hello and welcome
month?
to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories.
The man accused of shooting and killing a Montgomery
He
County
need his
gas
ass
station
whooped
employee last week
for
is
shit
facing new
show.
charges after investigators found the body of a pregnant woman inside his apartment.
This story will be taking us to the city of Silver Spring, Maryland. Silver Spring, Maryland is a northern residential suburb of Washington, D.C. It is a city well known for its proximity to Washington, D.C. It is one of the most diverse communities in Montgomery County. It is a destination for retail, dining, and arts and entertainment. Denise Middleton was a 26-year-old lady who was from Brooklyn, New York but lives in Silver Spring, Maryland according to her Facebook page. Denise was described as a funny, witty, and loving person. She was said to love fashion, hair, and makeup. She was described as a really great person who is always complimenting someone and giving out love. Denise was in a relationship with a man named Tory Damian Moore. Tory was someone who had multiple felonies, but out of how kind and
He
loving she
look like
was,
it though.
she decided to give Tory a chance, which would eventually be the worst thing she ever did.
Give him a
Denise
chance,
found
boy.
out
She
she was
love that
pregnant
type
by
of
Tory
shit.
and she was
The
so
fuck
happy.
out of here.
She was looking forward and so excited to becoming a mom. She had
I
a
bet she
name ready for
was.
the
I'm having
baby,
a
which was
felon,
Ezekiel.
baby.
Denise was
The
38
fuck
weeks
on,
pregnant
man.
when disaster struck. On this fateful day, Denise and Tory were home when they got into a heated argument. Tory, being the violent person he has always been, could not handle the heat by stepping
He has
away or
always been.
remain
It's crazy.
silent.
He on
He
his
decided
ass.
to do the unthinkable. He got his gun and shot Denise multiple times, at least 7 times.
You
Typically,
couldn't
when
just beat
people
her
commit
ass. You had to
crimes like
shoot her.
this, they
Come
call the
on,
cops or
nah.
bury the body or hide the body somewhere in the bushes.
She had to
Tory
get
did
that
none of
pussy up.
these. He
There's no
decided
way.
to live with her body until it was accidentally discovered by the cops. 1 month passed by without anyone looking for Denise.
You telling me it was a whole 30 days and he was gonna keep going? He's sick in the head, boy.
Thinking she was safe with Tory. After almost 2 months living with the body of Denise,
He went
Tory
all
went
the way
down
to
the street to a
2?
nearby convenience store to buy some things. He got into a
He
confrontation over
dead
an
ass
iced tea
wrong.
with the store clerk, later identified as
60 days
61-year-old
fucked
Iola
up,
Wundamu.
boy.
The incident escalated and Tory pulled a handgun from his vest and shot Wundamu multiple times before leaving the scene.
This is what
He
police say
got
he was
no
first
emotional
doing
control.
sometime around
Just
3 Thursday afternoon
he
at this
ready to
gas
go
station
off.
on this busy stretch of New Hampshire Avenue near Columbia
He
Pike.
not even
Someone
stretching no
got into a
ops.
fight
It's
with the
straight
clerk working the
civilian. Like,
register and shot him. Police say the clerk was hit in the chest and killed. Fred Souls runs a nearby business and says he knows many of the employees at this gas station.
They're young kids. They just, they work hard. They came here to do a living, and this suddenly happened. It's very sad. It's shocking.
What police say they don't yet know is who fired the gun, what started the fight, or how the suspect got away.
Right now, the detectives are looking at the surveillance footage and trying to gather any witnesses or any information that would indicate how the suspect left the scene.
After some investigations, it was discovered that Tory was behind the shooting death of the 61-year-old store clerk Iola Wundamu.
he
A
shot an
no-knock
old man
search
for
warrant
talking
was
that good
issued for his
shit.
enclave apartment. Upon breaking into his apartment, the cops were shocked to discover the dead body of a lady in an advanced decaying state. It had been laying on the floor for almost 2 months.
On the
On
floor,
December
like you,
8th,
you
which
could have
was
put her in the
yesterday
tub.
at
And
3:03
I'm
p.m.,
just saying, on the
Montgomery County
floor is
Police Emergency
disrespectful, bro.
Communications
It was
Center
all
received a
disrespectful,
call
but
for a
that's crazy.
shooting that had just occurred at the Shell gas station,
He going to make a bowl of
also
cereal just stepping over.
known as the
Like, come on,
Gas and
nah.
Convenience Store located
You
at
bogus.
11150 New Hampshire Avenue in Silver Spring, Maryland. Upon arrival, officers located Ayulu Wandamu, an employee, behind the cash register counter suffering from multiple gunshot wounds to the chest. Wandamu was pronounced deceased on scene by Montgomery County Fire Rescue personnel. Detectives from our Major Crimes Division responded and conducted the investigation. The investigation determined that Wandamu, our victim, 61 years of age, was working behind the cash register counter when the suspect, later identified as Tory Damian Moore, entered the Dash-In convenience store at 2:58 p.m. Moore selected a bottle of iced tea from the beverage cooler and approached the counter. We have video where we observed Moore approach the counter, take it to the clerk, Wandamu, and at which point in time we could tell that a verbal altercation was occurring.
Hmm.
We then observed Moore pick up items from in front of the counter and began throwing them at the clerk. At this time, Wandamu picked up a metal pole, which was behind the counter, and attempted to strike Moore, who was on the other side of the counter.
I know he assaulted him and he threw items at him, but boy, you hit me with a pole, I'm open real pole on your ass too. You not that shit dead, bro. A pole, you could take my life with that. You crazy? Gonna get you gone.
Moore stepped back, and for reasons unknown, he retrieved a silver handgun
It ain't
from
unknown.
his
You
vest
hit me with a
pocket,
pole, that's
and
disrespectful,
he
bro.
shot Wandamu at a point-blank range. He then reached over, Wandamu fell, at which point Moore, again senselessly, reached over the counter and fired multiple shots into Wandamu. Moore grabbed the bottle of iced tea
He wanted you out of
and
there.
exited the store. Moore was
What? Nah, grabbing the iced tea after all that is OD. Hey, he said, I'm getting my drink. Fuck all that.
observed leaving the store and headed in the direction of the Enclave
Nah, for grabbing
Apartments,
the iced tea though, you
which
gotta
is
add on an
across the
extra
street.
year. That's crazy.
Our Major Crimes
You
detectives
thirsty after catching a
did
body,
excellent
bro?
follow-up police work, and they were able to quickly identify Moore as our suspect, with positive identifications from several witnesses. Detectives from Major Crimes applied for and obtained an arrest warrant charging Tory Moore, 31 years old, with first-degree murder and use of a firearm during the commission of a violent crime. Early this morning, members of the Montgomery County Police SWAT team executed a search warrant at Moore's residence in
They
the
came with the
Enclave
SWAT,
Apartments,
boy. They wasn't playing
which
with
is
his
located in the 11200 block of New Hampshire Avenue. Moore was taken into custody without incident. Items of evidence, to include a 9mm handgun, were located and seized by detectives.
Why you gonna commit two
When
crimes and
SWAT
stay in
made
the same
entry,
spot?
and after arresting Moore, they discovered a deceased female, believed to be an adult, on the floor in the apartment in an advanced stage of decomposition.
They found her on accident, mind you.
Happened in my building where I live.
Now at 11, an alarming discovery has
Y'all
families
ain't
feeling
smell nothing?
uneasy in the Silver Spring community. Police finding a woman's decomposed body in an apartment, and investigators think she may have been pregnant. That body was discovered in the same apartment where
Pregnant?
police arrested this man
Oh
on
my
yesterday's
God, this
gas
shit get
station.
worse and worse
Tonight,
every
detectives have
second.
another possible mystery on their hands. 7 News' Kim Jackson has the latest developments.
The gas station where all of this
Yeah.
happened remains closed tonight, but right across
He
the
a
street at this
fucking
apartment
menace,
complex
bro.
is where police found the suspect and made that gruesome discovery, leaving residents there in shock.
That's why I pumped my gas. And I just can't believe what happened.
Neighbors didn't recognize 31-year-old Tori Moore from the Enclave apartments, and they could not believe that he's accused of killing the store clerk, 61-year-old Ayalu Wandamu, across the street.
I feel unsafe. I don't even know if I should live here. And I just signed a 2 year lease. It's unsafe. And I have a kid.
She feels unsafe because of what police say they found inside Moore's apartment. A woman's
I
body
mean, if
was
he off the
badly
street, I guess
decomposed.
you damn near
Police say
safe.
Moore admitted the two had a fight a month ago that led to her death. No one we spoke to noticed anything strange or an odor until police removed
No odor, they lying.
Tori was immediately
They
arrested
lying.
and placed in handcuffs. At the time of his arrest, Tori told investigators that he was in a relationship with Denise and that the two got into
I'm in a
it that
relationship
led to
with
his
all my
death.
bitches. Yeah.
Police said no one reported a smell or heard the gunshots, which family of Denise did not believe.
You ain't hear gunshots next door.
Building. Investigators say there were
Fuck
no
on.
complaints from neighbors despite a pregnant woman's decomposing body in a unit at the Enclave Apartments. But tonight, other tenants at the White Oak complex told us that's simply not true.
I've been putting requests into, everyone really has, but no one has done anything about them.
Says she's one of the people who live at the Enclave who complained, but has an idea of why there are no reports. She showed me screenshots of the resident portal, which said they were launching a new software system.
I think that is crazy because our portal to make requests has been down for 2 months. So even if there were requests, they could have just gone unnoticed or have not been documented.
Both tenants also shared management at the Enclave still have yet to notify them that a body was found.
That's crazy. I was about to
live.
move to a
But I
place
did
called
give
the
a call on
Enclave.
Monday just
I'm
to
not
ask them
doing
if they
that
had
now.
put out a statement or anything.
Y'all
They
wildin'.
told me to contact the local police department and they weren't going to put anything out about it.
Office of the Chief Medical Examiner confirmed that Denise was approximately 38 weeks pregnant at the time of her death and that the fetus, a boy, would have
That's
lived
about
with
9
Denise delivered
months.
at that time. The
He could have
autopsy
been
also
delivered.
revealed that
Oh
Denise
my,
had been
you
shot
left
multiple
2 rotting
times,
bodies on the
with less
floor.
than 7 shots. Tori was
You're
eventually
wild.
charged with all
He's
3
wild.
murders. He was charged with first-degree murder for Denise Middleton, first-degree murder for the death of a viable fetus, and a crime of violence against a pregnant person. He is currently being
Did he get
held
charged for
without
the
bond
iced
for the
tea?
murder of the store
Did he get charged for the iced tea? That's what I need to know.
clerk Ayalu Wandamu.
It's been a
An
month
additional
since
2
Denise Middleton's
years for
body was
that.
found here at the Enclave Apartments, and her family just cannot believe that this is how her story ended. Her family just wants people to know that Dee Dee, which is what they called her, was so loved and couldn't wait to be a mom.
When we heard
And he fucked it all
how
up.
close her body was, it was just unbelievable to believe that we had been living our lives for that long and not knowing that she was dead.
Y'all ain't
26-year-old
FaceTime or
Denise
nothing.
Middleton was nearly 9 months pregnant when her decomposing body was found at this apartment complex in White Oak, Maryland. Temperance Middleton says she grew up in the same household as Denise, and they were more like sisters than cousins and couldn't wait to be boy moms together. Denise planned to name her baby Ezekiel.
I was taken aback by it because she was just preparing for her baby to be born. And at the time, the last time we spoke to her, she was in New York.
Trying to run away from her boyfriend, father of her son, and
Why she
sister
come back?
Tori Moore. Moore was already wanted for an aggravated assault charge on Denise from Norfolk, Virginia.
Myself as being a victim of domestic violence myself, sometimes you could
Blood that shit? Say it.
sometimes you isolate yourself from the people who love you most and you don't give the full story for people to help you.
When police found Denise's body, they say it was in advanced stages of decomposition. She was shot 7 times.
I would throw
Temperance
up,
says
bro.
her
There's
family
no
just can't
fucking
believe
way.
that no one reported the smell or heard the gunshots.
By them not having a way for people to report and them not following up on reports have just put us in a situation where we couldn't even have a visual of her body for our funeral. She had to be cremated. So that's robbing us of even giving her a proper.
Tory is scheduled to appear in court
Yeah, I'd
sometime
rather be
soon.
cremated. Why
We
y'all
hope
staring
Denise
at me on
Middleton
the
gets the
casket?
justice she deserves. Our sincere
Unless you my
condolences
mama
to the
now.
friends and families of Denise Middleton. May Denise's memory be a blessing for her family and for all who knew her, and may her life and death be an inspiration and a turning point toward.
Man, rest in peace, that lady. I'm sorry she had to go like that. And that motherfucker is evil, boy. I don't know what's going on in his brain, but his shit ain't right. He fried.